Hey guys, how's it going? I think I'm live. Yes, I am. I'm live. Um, gonna try to do a little bit more on this. I did actually do a lot of the weathering already, but what happened was I weathered it quite a bit, and then I missed it over top of it, and I lost a lot of my definition on the streaking, um, and splattering, but we'll just go over it a little bit lightly again. And I don't want it to be uh, very hard, real dark weathering. I really don't. Um, I want some, but not a lot. And I like splatter a lot. I have to go over it with just, I'm going to airbrush some streaks on quick. And then I'm going to probably do a little bit of staining, some splatter. And I would love to get this thing finished completely today. I need to move on to another, but I'm just like, I'm like too, I just do. At some point, you got to say, okay, and that's it, it's done, but that's hard for me sometimes to do because, like, I always feel like, all right, well, this might look better if I do it this way, or this might look better if I do it this way. But, and I just literally spent the last hour trying to freaking use my new good camera and set it up as a webcam. But of course, things just don't go right with me and technology whatsoever. So, um, yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen some of the pictures online of the back, the lit up part. I'm really happy with that. Um, I was even though I've gone over it with the misting a little too strong, not too strong, but I lost some of my definition. I I feel like the layering's still there, so it'll help in the long run. Even though I went see like here, it's a little blast mark, but it could be a little bit. I'll probably go over that with a pencil. I'm sorry, a paintbrush to topically put some of the streaks on. I'm gonna try to do with the airbrush. But so far, I'm really happy with it. And once it's on the tracks, on the treads, it's even cooler. And I really want this done today because I want to move on to something else. I like this. I actually like gouged it there. That turned out pretty good, I think. I'm real happy with that. And like the my painting on the pipes there, really, I think I'm really happy with too. Uh, but we're just gonna do a little bit of airbrush streaking. If you caught the last live stream, I had quite a bit of trouble with layering the base coat. Hey Carter, how's it going? Um, I found out why. I actually needed to add more, dilute it a little more. It was a little too, the paint was a little too thick and it was like gunking it up and not flowing real well. And if I had not been doing this live stream, I probably would have been like, oh yeah, duh, that's the reason. But when you're on the camera, it throws you off a little bit and you don't think straight sometimes. So we're going to do some streaking. So yeah, well, I like starting with the lighter color first, the light lark. That's SP lettering. I got mixed up a little bit here for some stupid reason. Dark. This is my light. This is my dark. And my thinner. So I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this stream because I'm sure in the next like 10 minutes, I'll probably get a phone call saying, hey, come get your dog. Because I have him at the groomer because he smells. And probably now that I'm on live stream, things aren't going to go like I want them to. So, but like when I do streaking, I make it pretty thin because the thinner I make it, it kind of fades a little bit. I really worry about getting it too dark. So like I'll add a lot of thinner to this. I'm going to turn the fan on. I know it's not great for videoing, but it is what it is. I'm not getting a headache. And I don't know, I guess when you talk about streaking and learning weathering and streaks, and there's no real clear-cut way to do it, it really is a matter of trial and error, practicing. I'm still not great with it, you know. I make mistakes too. But the more you do it, the better you get at it. So, and like I said, I did a lot of misting with this. And what happened was, like I said, it was I lost a lot of my definition, but I also I went over it with a white as well. Just so I can get like white specks all over it. You can see some of it here and there. Maybe in the video you can see it, I don't know, but in person you can see white specks all over it. And I wanted that specifically to look like snow. Because this one, I really wanted it to look like it was on Hoth and driving on Hoth. So that was the big draw there for me. And I did an ion cannon a long time ago. And I really liked the ion cannon model part of it, but the base, I worked with fake snow, and my God, I swore off I would never work with fake snow again because it sucks to use. But I'm going to put a little bit on here. Okay, so we're good there. And first, I'm just going to dirty up the back window a little bit just to get. Can you see that? I don't want to spray it towards I'm just going to put a little spray just so it dirties this up a little bit. It's not so clean on the back. Just real quick, sorry. Just light layer. A little dark. Okay. So like I don't want a lot of heavy streaking on here. So like on edges, yeah, you can see that. On edges, I'll start here and I'll angle it and just spray and just go up. Just like catch it. Use like a misting. And then I can go in real tight and make it. Yeah, just like that. Just to give it some, like the air is flying there and pushing some of the dirt through that corner. See, it's starting to flow through. Yeah, that's what I want. And then like a little bit in here just to make this look a little more filthy, like it got heat stained a little bit. Make that stand out. Hopefully this is, yeah, you guys can see that. So streaking down. This is going to be real quick and light because I don't really want a whole lot of airbrush streaking on it. Just a little bit to stand out. And I'll flick it just to bring out some dirt effects. Don't want to do a lot here, but I lost a lot when I misted it. See, and it even just adding a little bit is actually bringing out some of the rest. It's funny how this looked it actually looked very, when I went over it with black and then white, it looked very chalky. But as soon as I added these blue panels, it made everything look bluish. And I wasn't planning on that, but it was a happy little accident that it did that. Just kind of bring things out a little bit so they stand out again. I don't want to do a whole lot, and I may not even do black. Not black, the lark dark, because I don't really want it dark. Like I said, that already is almost enough for me. Just a little bit more different spots. Hopefully, it's hard to move this big thing around, especially trying to get it on camera. So like here, I want to add a little more back there on my edge. down there, some little more speckling. That's good speckling there, though. I just want a little bit more definition in the dark areas is all. Corners, break up the bluish white a little bit. I am happy with that so far. So like I added white in this area to mimic the picture a little bit because it has like a whitish streaking looking there, but if I put brown in between it, it might bring out that white a little better, and it does. So it makes it dark. It makes the white come out, which you can't see on. Which you definitely can't see on the stream, but it's there. I'll show pictures then. I'm gonna do a cool video with it driving over stuff, and this was a lot of fun to do with John and Andy. A lot of fun. Yeah, I won't go too much further on that side. So we're gonna turn her around. Make sure I don't grab in parts I don't want to grab. Treat it like a woman. Let's see. This side has a lot of speckling and things are sticking out okay, but it's a little bit more just to, and like I try to keep my streaking in different angles because like it just to give it like a more natural effect. If it's all just like down, 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 that I don't like that. And a lot of people do, but I like to switch it up and make sure that it's a little bit less. There we go. There we go. A little less uniform, I should say. These maybe a little bit more, a couple, and not just one. Let's talk like water runs in different directions. Water always finds a way to go and never goes the way you want it to. So, yeah, breaking it up a little bit right now. There's a scratch there I didn't get to do anything with. I don't want too far here. Add a little bit there. Some color. Extra dirt in the corners. And because I have this real light, this real thinned out, it'll look harsh and then it'll fade a little bit and get a little less noticeable. But layers is what makes these things look good. Honestly, it's all about layers. And I have like 5 or 6 different colors on here that aren't real prominent and don't show greatly. What's up to the collector? Thanks for joining us, brother. Let's see. Can you see that right all well? I'm happy with it. I'm excited to put it together and put it on the shelf. Make it look, we actually are thinking of doing another kind of tank. Little different. Gonna be super fun, more of a Macquarie piece than Joe Johnston one. That side. I never try to do anything uniform. Random, very random. Got some bullet marks there. Wait until you hear like the sound effects I have with this thing. I have it on the Henglong remote control tank, and there's a lot of cool sound effects. Like I have lights on the bottom that are gonna make like machine gun sounds and lights, and I can't wait to show it. I really can't. I don't know how much you wanna. Let's see. I'm gonna move this way. Got to keep looking to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. But I think I'm really close to stopping with this color, and then I'll probably do some topical effects to get the like that to stand out, and some staining. Like I like the colors there. I don't know, I like using weathering black. It has a purplish look to it, and that gives it like a more mechanical, greasy kind of look. I like that a lot. I use weathering black a lot. You have to be careful though, because if you go too far, it tends to get too purple. See, like that corner there. See, like this corner here. There's gonna be water and air flowing out that way. So I'm gonna put a streak right there to make it look like the dirt is coming out. Let's get, and it's not gonna be real strong, but it'll be there. Just like that. Then maybe up here a little bit more. I feel like I didn't add enough crap and dirt on the top, but I don't know. I don't like going too heavy with weathering. I really don't. I think it just dirties it. Convoluted. All right. So that's as far as I'm going with streaking with the airbrush. I'm gonna grab plate and some paint brushes and try to do it topically a little bit. Bring those like that out. All right. Let me get my paintbrushes. Give me 1 second. I just went out and bought some new ones yesterday, because all mine have gone to shit. And I'm just going to use my already thinned paint out of my airbrush and just try to see if I can get a good angle there. Here's where I want to go. Let's just make sure it's not going to get fucked up. A little bit. Just a little more definition to this. Bring some stuff out. And because it's so thin, it'll actually fade a little bit so that it's not so strong. But there'll be, like I said, some definition there. I don't know. Maybe I won't do too much of this, just because I really like how it looks so far. Where do I want to go here? No, I don't think I'm gonna do much of this. I like the way it looks. I really do. Let's thin this down even. No, you know what? Let's get out the enamels. I have a little bit of enamels left. Not a whole lot. Can't get them really anymore. A few. We got Light Lark, and that's Engine Black. Light Lark. There's Dark. Dark. I don't know how much of that I'm going to use, but I'm going to use some Rust and some Weathering Black. Like I said, I love Weathering Black. Gives it a greasy kind of look. These are going to be hard to get open. I don't use these much. I only use them for weathering and staining. It's not even coming off. Thanks, Collector. I'm happy with it so far. So we're just going to put a little bit in each one of these little wells. I usually just use the back of just to put a little bit in here. In this little cup. I don't want a lot. so it's not going to be real strong at all. I just want very, very little, and it's getting all over my fingers. Sorry, this is probably not very exciting, but I'm just gonna get it ready and then do some staining. I thought John might be able to join us today for some happy little trees painting together. Yeah, it's working great. Give me some light lark in a little cup here. Not a lot. Hopefully, yeah, I got some. Very, very little. I'm not doing a lot of staining. Just a tiny bit. And weathering black. A little bit in there. I just put them in these little paintbrush things and add some mineral spirits, paint thinner, and oh yeah, those are all still good. Weathering. And I can control how thick and thin how thin it is. I want it really thin. Barely even noticeable. That's paint there. There. All right. I think we'll start with some weathering black. Oh, I'm sorry, some light lark. Like I said, I use Archive X paints. Can you see this? Yeah. I'm just going to dirty it up a little bit. That's all. I'm not going to do a whole heck of a lot. Try to get it just stained and dirty. Too much. Just where you think it might get some weathering effects on it. And I want to do a clear one that doesn't have any paint in it, just so I can spread it around a little bit. Like that's a little heavier than I want, so I'm going to go and just make it, thin it out and spread it out. Don't know if I'll use too much rust because rust is a really strong color, real strong color, and it will stand out big time. I can't tell you how difficult this is to do while I'm videoing, especially weathering, because I'm just trying to show you and also don't want to mess it up. It's hard to do. That's why I haven't been doing very many weathering videos, because it's just like I said, you can't really see much of what I'm doing, and then like I like to keep a strong eye and making sure I'm not effing it up, which I could be doing. We'll see. Yeah, see, I don't really want that heavy. Just lightly stained. Lightly. I don't even know how much of this I'm going to do. Maybe a little bit on top. That's it. It's just a little bit of the light lark, because that gives you like a dirty effect. Like there's just mud that was wet at some point and ran. Okay, well, just in the corners, spread it out a little. Nah, I'm not happy with that. I just don't know how much I'm gonna do this because I don't want it too weathered. Really don't. Let's get mixed up. Nope, I'm not doing this much, especially on camera. Sorry guys, but this just doesn't work for me on camera. I thought it would, but not really want to mess this up, and I won't be happy with it. All right, that's where we're gonna stop staining, I think. Maybe a little bit in the side here, just to match that. Just a little bit. Staining is, you can start really, really thin, and then build up. Not about the first layer. It's about doing a couple layers. And then you get the effect that you want. Like that is turning out like I want because I thinned it out a lot and then went back over it a couple times with some more once it's dry. That is turning out okay. This is where it's mostly dirty, so I got to get more of a stain look back here. In the corners. It's okay if you don't see it on your first application. You just keep layering and layering and adding. Can't tell you how difficult this is to do on camera. So, just so everybody knows, future stuff is coming. Tonight, I'm doing a show with Thor from DCX, just talking about my collection. I'll post that to the group so you guys, if you want to watch that. And then tomorrow morning, we're going to have a shooting the ships with a bunch of us just hopping on and just talking. We haven't had a shooting the ships in a while since I came over, since we started this new channel. It's been a little busy, so with Christmas and stuff, so that's why things haven't really progressed that much. But now we're going to get some contact going. I hope you guys. Here we go. This is starting to come along. Starting to come along a little bit. Too much there. You can like spread it out with your fingers. Here we go. Starting to get better. I'm just using the light lark right now just to get like a shadowy stain effect in the corners, I think. Don't really want to do just blotches all over the place because that's not how the Empire was. Empire ships are pretty much clean cut, but this is a tank that's on Hoss, so it's going to be a little bit more filthy, a little bit more wet. All right, so like I said, like this spot right here, that's a corner that needs some filth in the corner. Here. Just kind of go around and find spots where it should be dirty. Just got to keep checking, make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. The video okay? You guys can see what I'm doing? Let me know. I'm still learning what I got to do here. I want that in there really light. Like here, really light. My favorite part of a model is the staining. I think that just makes a model look fantastic. Like here, it's too clean. It's just too clean. So we're going to dirty it up. Dirty the corner up a little bit, and not evenly either. Everything needs to be very random and not uniform, very asymmetrical. This is going a little better. I wasn't going to keep going, but you know what? This is going to work. A lot in that corner. Like some of the best staining is on the Falcon and the Sandcrawler, but Falcon especially. Like, okay, so I put some in there and it disappeared basically, but I'm going to add another layer, and every layer that I do brings it out a little more, shows it a little more. I get this corner here. And then you get to a point where maybe you go too far. You're like, shoot. So we're going to just do a little. Like I said, I want this done today. I'm going to try to get the snow on today. I'm sure my wife's going to give me a hard time because I spent all day in here doing this, but whatever. That's what happens when you have, a wife. Just so you know, Linda may actually be involved a little bit in the channel. I'm thinking. I mean, not too much, but you got to keep church and state. But she may be a little bit involved in the future. And if you guys don't know who Linda is it's not a real name. Her real name is Courtney, but we've just called her Linda forever because if you've ever seen that YouTube video with the little kids saying, "Listen, Linda," you'll know why. So we're going to call her Linda on the channel. I'm happy. That's turned out good. Okay. So we don't want to go too far. Definitely don't. Let's see if we can see what rust does in some of this. Rust. A little bit of rust. Nothing is ever one color. Ever. Rust is really strong, so you got to be very careful where you put that. It can get overpowering sometimes. But if you apply it lightly, just tone gives a different tone. The brown a different tone. Well, not brown, it's gray. But you have to be smart about it. Linda. Absolutely. Yeah, good. Okay, great. You can see it. What's up, Scott? Linda. Absolutely. She don't like being on taking pictures or camera. I'm like, listen, I think it'll be good. So maybe in the future I can talk her into it. And honestly, I like looking at my wife. Just applying different colored thinned. If you guys just joined, like Scott, just applying different colors of enamel. Like I said before, I don't like using acrylics for. Acrylics are very difficult to use as staining. I struggle. I think I don't know. I don't. Acrylics are good for painting and layering and streaking and stuff. But when it comes to like staining and weathering, I absolutely would do acrylics. I know acrylics aren't available right now from ArchiveX, but you can get other acrylics elsewhere. And if you mix your own, well, you can't mix your own enamels. If you know how to mix your own, then you're even better off. I cannot. As of right now, I'm just using one color right now, but I'm gonna add more. Like here, it's turning out real good. I'm really liking that a lot there. I don't want it too stained though. Let's add a little bit of weathering in the back here. I want the back to be filthy, like back here. Just a tint of the weathering black back here, just to give it like a dirty, grimy effect. And then there's also grime black. Is that what it's called? Yeah, grimy black that has a green tint to it, which is also pretty helpful. Let's see here. So I'm not going to go any more darker on this. I don't want it to be too, but I'm going to just stain here and here on this side because I want it to be kind of clean. Empire's ships are clean, but Especially in here, I gotta get more weathering black. In these crevices back here where the pipes and kit parts are, I need to get more staining and dirt. But I won't be able to show that on camera. You won't be able to see that at all. All right. So here I want to get a little bit more weathering black in there in these hoses just to make it look like it's heat stained a little bit. Yeah. All right. And I'm gonna actually switch it around and do the other side, the same thing. A little bit. Yeah, it's been like I started a channel about 10 days ago, and I've been really wanting to get some content on here, but just been very busy with work. So, but there's a lot more coming. I didn't get in there. And a lot more guests. And we have a great one coming with John Goodson, ILM painter. Awesome guy. Lots of fun to talk to. He told me, he's like, I'll come on anytime you want to. Yes, please. Thank you very much. John Goodson. I don't know if you don't know. I'm sure you know who he is, but ILM model maker. He made the Ahsoka ship, and he had a big hand in the. Oh, shoot, hold on. I gotta plug in my plug in my computer is gonna go dead, and there won't be any more live stream. 1 second. There we go. Hey, David, what's up, my man? Dill, what's happening? Thanks for joining us, brother. All right, so more weathering black up here, just because I kind of want the cool shade is great. I love cool shade. Cool shade is. I've never handled cool shade before, and then when I was like, all right, well, it's cool, whatever, you know. As soon as you feel cool shade in your hands, it's just how it. There's a textile like gratification that you get out of it, and as soon as I held it and felt what it was like and saw it, I was like, I've got to make a TIE fighter out of this. It's that good. All right, try to get that on a better angle. All right, I'm gonna switch this around, do the other side, and actually, you know what? Let's tilt it like that, and I can get some good stuff in there, and hopefully, yes, you can see. I'll be honest, guys, I'm a little surprised that this is a show that you guys would be interested in. I didn't think it would be very entertaining just to watch me paint and listen to me ramble. But each different color adds enough. It's like I like how the pipes are coming out there, and that's really just some rust and some weathering black and staining. Those actually are my favorite part on here. Or I hope I can get good pictures of this to show all the cool effects. Nothing like you could, obviously it's much better in person than it is on camera, but yeah, maybe we're gonna have a bunch of guys on tomorrow. We're gonna have John, we're gonna have we're gonna do a shooting ships tomorrow. I don't know if I mentioned, I wasn't sure if I mentioned that. It's gonna be John, Marvin, Jason, Maybe Parminder. Parminder said he's going to try to join us too. That'd be great. Parminder's he's not on he's not really on YouTube that often, but Parminder is awesome. He might join us for shooting ships tomorrow as well. So it'll be tomorrow morning because I'm trying to accommodate the guys from England. Need that. Oh, that's too heavy. That's too much. What's great about enamels is if you put too much on, you can use thinner and just thin it out and spread it out. And it's not, you can work with it a lot, but acrylics, it's just impossible to do that. And I also feel like rust and weathering black really works so well together. It just they I don't know how to say it, but it just like gives you a real cool effect, purple and orange. You don't want to go too far with that. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of purple in here, just to set it apart a little more. There we go. Just a tint. I used a lot of weathering black on the Sandcrawler, and I feel like that really is what made that weathering look good. Sorry guys, I can't really see the comments unless I completely turn my head around to look. So I will try to check it back and forth a little bit. I'm just rambling, trying to. There we go. I like that. I don't think I want to add any rust. Let's see how the rust looks on here. I'm going to put a little bit of snow on this, just a very minor amount, because I feel like back here, we're going to rust it. We're going to do some weathering back here. I always dip it on a see how much you can see. Yeah, okay, on a paper towel, because I don't want it too heavy, like running all over the place. I want to try to control it a little bit. I'm gonna, after I do this, I'm gonna get probably one day this week, early this week, I'm gonna start adding colors to the squares, adding the squares on the Falcon, on the D'Agostini Falcon. I gotta get that done for my buddy. So that's coming. It's a little much. Like there's certain spots where I want it to be dirty and filthy, like back here. And obviously some rust in there too. Not a lot. Rust is strong. Even that's too strong right there. Let's get rid of that. Spread that a little more. Yeah. Great thing about enamels is you can work them and get them to the way you want them. It's not like dropping it and like it's done, like it's painted and it stays dry. This can be worked around. Yeah. All right, maybe a little around that edge. Just dirty this up a little. Just a little. Not a lot. Not uniform. This looks heavy, but once I push it around with some paint thinner, it'll thin out a little bit. and then it'll dry and it'll be good. And corners are always dirty. Always. Okay, I'm happy with that so far. Let's get a little dirtier there. A little more purplish, orange. Just let it dry. Just pull it up in the mechanical areas for now, and then I'll get inside there later. Because I can't do it now. And that don't matter. All right, so I'm happy with that, and I'm happy with that, and we're gonna flip it. You can always go too far. Y-wing build. Let's see. It's gonna be a little while for that. I have a couple projects ahead of that. I'm doing that as a commission for a guy. I'm gonna keep nagging you till you get to it. I will get to it. I just honestly don't know when that'll be. I have, let's see, how many projects do I got? I got a big one coming that I haven't talked about. That is a big one. It's a big one. That's coming first. And I would need to get my sandcrawler done first. And I have 2 AT-ATs I gotta do. So it might not be till late next year. I'm really thinking that it's going to be a little while. It's down on the list. Sorry, Carter. It's definitely down pretty low. Just make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah. If you're watching this on a phone, you're not going to see much, but I'll be honest, okay? Thinking about, I've said this before. Something really blew me away once when I just, I've been on Rogue One for a long time, 4 years, and it still blows me away sometimes when I see that people watch this on like a big TV in their living room. It's not something I would have thought people would do. I mean, and then like Rob has it on like a Saturday morning when Rob from RS has it on Saturday morning when he's watching TV, like wakes up and then goes and has his coffee and watching us on a actual TV. It blew me away a lot, and I didn't really think people would do that, but it's just, I guess a lot of people do. And this here specifically, like, I don't know, you guys watching it on your phones or you guys watching it on TVs? Like, I'd love to know. Just like I tell my wife, it's just mind blowing to me that people actually want to watch what we have to say. It's just shocking because I don't think I'm that interesting. But and I'm really new to this. Like, I'm really new to painting even. I've only been doing it for like a year and a half, 2 years. And like, it's overtaken my whole life, really. And I don't know, it's just weird to me. All right, so I guess I'm going to start up front here the same way I did the last one. Kind of been jumping around a little bit. I haven't used the Lark Dark yet because I feel like that's just too strong for this. Don't want anything like overpowering. Let's get some staining down here. That's going to be wet most of the time. I'll be honest, I love the tracks that I have for this thing and the bottom and how that turned out. Freaking love it. Let's do this. Let's just go because it's going to be spread out more on the bottom, right? So if it's watering down, the bottom's going to be a lot more spread out, right? And this is strong. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. But it's going to dry and go away some. So right now it looks strong, but it's not. It will fade. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going again with the light lark areas just to dirty it up. And then I'll go over with the weathering black and the rust. Oh, it's too strong. Just like that. Yep. What do you think? Turning out okay? I think it's turning out all right. This was a fun build. Took longer than I thought, but it was fun. And Andy's the real genius here. Like, if you don't know about Andy Preston, you need to check out his videos because he's a real modeler, not a hack like me who just paints over top of other people's work. Check out his stuff. His video on this is his video and his build on this is just, it's awesome. I've watched it 100 times. So it's a little bit more purple. We're going to start adding some rust a little bit just to get some. I'm really nervous when I put rust on because it's very overpowering. It has to be very thinned. Getting close to just saying that's good on this, honestly. And then I think I'm going to add some snow, but I don't think I'm going to do that on the camera because that's going to be a trial and error thing. It's going to be very minor. A little bit of snow in here. Just a tiny, tiny bit. A lot on the tracks. It'll be all, the tracks will be covered in snow. I think this side's pretty damn good. I don't want to go too far with it. Really don't want to go too far with this. So I'm really actually pretty happy with it. Let's bring out some of this. Might go a little bit of the weathering, the dark lark, because I want to show like the bullets and the damage. So let's just tone that down a little bit. Here. And because this is thinned out, okay? Because it's thinned out, it actually like dissipates and spreads out a little bit. There we go. A couple little small ones there. Something up there. Yeah. Because like damage isn't just one line. It like spreads out. Even then, I think I might need to tone down a little bit. Okay. I think I'm pretty good. Off. Right there. Where I want like some damage, I just go a little darker. That'll dry. And we'll check comments, see how it's going. Computer on the TV in the lounge. That's what I mean, David. It's just like, it's shocking to me people are watching this on a TV. Laptop, working. You're working on your Y? You're working on your Y wing. Awesome, Carter. Awesome. Aaron, I'll call you in a little bit later today. We got a lot to talk about. Let's see. I think I need to stop. Because if I go any further, I might go too much. And I don't want that. I might, well, the snow's going to have to be like done on the side because I got to go over to my table and do that. But I'm happy. All right. I think I'm done with that. You know what I didn't do? Underneath. I didn't get this very good. Not that you can see it real well. Okay, we gotta get a prop to keep it up. Oh. You're not gonna see this bottom at all. But I'll know it's there and I know it needs to be dirtied up a lot. Just like that. And it's running the wrong direction, but that's okay because you won't see any of this. In here, just gonna like muddy it up, dirty it up. Not really worried about it that much because you won't see it. Maybe just a little bit here so it spreads out. And some weathering black in there just to get these mechanical things looking filthy, like they're working. I don't know how many of you actually work with machinery, but it's like oily and like I do. I work with electrical components, and a lot of them get real oily looking and dirty and rusty and stuff. So especially like in Hoth where it's wet, things are going to get very rusty. Hopefully that looks okay. I can't tell from that angle. In mechanical parts, get some weathering black. Just like that. So John and I are gonna do a show like this. We're gonna try to make this like a regular thing on a live streams. John and I doing it together, and then because we talk on the phone, and then we're like, hey, I gotta go. I want to get some painting done. But if we just do it painting while we're talking, I think that'll be a lot of fun. It worked out pretty good the other day, so and then you guys can watch John and I do different paint jobs. I mean, I'm sure you guys would love to watch John paint. John's a master. Fucking master. Any parts you're not going to see, but I don't know. I like knowing that it's completely painted. You can even the parts that you can't see. All right, I'm going to stop there with that. Oh, you know what? I'm not. We're going to weather the backup. Let me get this all filthy. This is going to be dirty. And I thought about putting a frozen Jawa underneath here, but then I thought, what's the point? Nobody is ever going to see that. Ever. I won't even see it because I'm never going to like taking off. Well, yeah, I'll take it off to get the battery for the remote control tank, but still kind of not worth doing. I'm just applying liberally anywhere on the bottom here. I'm not even worrying about how dark it is or how light it is. It's just going on because that's all filthy under there. If anybody ever sees it, then a little bit of rust, corners. Probably not worth doing, but whatever. And it's complete. All right, good enough. That is basically completed. And I just need to add some snow. And then it's done. And I can move on to the Falcon, and I'm going back to the Sandcrawler. I got to get my Sandcrawler done. I put it off long enough. It's been too long. I'm doing it. Getting it done. I want to have that done before the end of the year. Something I was extremely passionate about, and I put down because I was doing other stuff. Oh, I got to get the back. So this is what happens. You think you got it done, but you don't. Because you didn't finish this part. Because it's a different angle. And you didn't finish the steps on the back. Let's get it in there. Hold on. Come on, bitch. Get on there. That's good enough. Set. Yeah, perfect view. Let's do it like this. I'm just gonna dirty this up. Like I said, this staining will dry, and you'll barely see it, but it definitely adds something to it. You're asking questions and I'm not seeing it. I'm sorry, but I can't. I'll turn around and check it out in a minute. Corner there. I'm not gonna go too crazy on this part. Like I just used 3 different colors here. I used the light dark, I used the weathering black, and I used rust. That's generally what I use the most for weathering, staining. This has to be dirtier. That's the back. And it's where all the troops go in. So we're going to make it more dirty than the rest. Even some black, some real dark gray. All right. I think I need to stop messing with it and just be happy with it, I guess. I got to glue that trim on. And I was going to do that last. So I don't get anything on it weird. All right. See that? That looks pretty good. Okay. You guys can see it better than I can. You know what? I'm going to have to do the... Let's just add a little more. This... some more staining just in the crevices here. Like I said, I want to get this done. So I'm just going to get this part done here. But that's going to be the dirtiest part. Dirtying it. I'll have to do that off camera because I can't see what I'm doing. I don't want to just mess it up. All right. I think that's good for now. I'm going to add snow, and then it's all done. So, wow, an hour went by with no interruptions, I don't think. Oh, yeah, dog's done. Okay. Hey, guys, thanks for joining. This was, keep going with these things. Like I said, John's going to join me maybe one day this week to do a happy little tree video. Tomorrow will be shooting ships with a couple guys and trying to get some guests. I'm going to have John Goodson. I'm going to have Jason Eaton. I'm going to have whoever. I have a couple people lined up. Got to plan those out so that they hope you guys enjoy. All right. I'll talk to you later, guys. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate you got 5 guys joining me right now, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you do, let me know. Just let me know in the comments then. And thanks, guys. Oh, by the way, we're gonna have Aaron. I think Aaron's still here. He's been extremely helpful in helping me with aesthetically making this channel a lot better. And I appreciate the help, Aaron. And I'll call you in a little bit later and we'll get things going. All right. See you.